This goes back to the bother that they got in about the moon landings. So one of the questions that came in about for the post earlier on was one of the guys had said that his daughter or boyfriend had said, "Look, they're trying to convince me that the moon landings were faked," and it's one of those ones where
depends who you listen to, because there's decent arguments for both parties, but I would say there is more evidence to suggest that it is fake than it is real. There's so many people that state you cannot go to the fucking moon, and then Buzz is now off his chomp and is telling you didn't go.
Yep.
Okay, and now he's got two minders with him at all times to fucking shut him up if he says something he fucking shouldn't. Mm-hmm. And again, though, this is the problem with any conspiracy theory. You've got even the guys that were there when they apparently were there when they were filming it. You could be talking shit. You know what I mean? Like, you could be lying.
Well, the photography was like, there's no wind in space. So how have they got the flag to have a wave in it?
Well, I spoke to a physicist about that, and with the motion of putting it in the ground, the vibration that was created could make the flag have motion.
What vacuum did they test that in?
Fuck knows. But again, this is the thing, like, you can ask the questions and someone can give you their output on it. They could be right, you could be right. You're never going to fucking know. But he says when they put it in, he's like, the thing that fucked him up is the dust.
The dust?
So when they're walking, it's settling too fast for zero gravity.
Yep.
That's the only thing. He's like the flag, I think, is explainable.
So he could come up, he can theorise why.
He could explain why the flag was in motion. The vibration, the action of putting it in would create, and there's nothing to stop that doing that. It would just happen.
They've shown you the lunar rover that lands.
Yeah.
And it's looks like a homework project made out of tinfoil. Yeah. And they go, this thing landed on the moon.
Yeah.
And they go, there's just
it's
no
tinfoil.
Way. It's what it looks like. It looks like tinfoil.
There's a millimetre of fucking mother's pride tinfoil, happy shopper, stopping you.
Tunnocks tea cake.
Aye.
Material.
Basically, what the crack was. But the physics boy, he's like, it's a dust I can't explain. He's like, because it's settling too quickly. He's like, there's nothing there that should. They've got weighted boots on to keep them down. That dust should just
keep floating out. The other thing was,
and they play golf.
You see the imagery about they had so in space, on the moon's illuminated by its position relative to the sun.
Yep.
So that when we see it, it lights up as a half crescent or a full moon, and that type of thing. So when they were on the moon and the photography that was taken, the light source is coming from two directions.
Yep.
Now you wouldn't have that on the moon.
No,
because the only direction would be from the sun.
And the photography where they landed and where the planet is in the photos is in the wrong place, because where they landed on the face of the moon, the planet would be above them, not over their shoulder, if you get me. So that's another one.
Is that like the first selfie, do you reckon?
100% must be. No, actually, I know when the first selfie. Well, I can't remember what it is, but there's the photo of the first ever selfie is documented. Like,
right.
It was. I'm sure it was an American president, like in the early 1900s or some shit, that took the first ever selfie. I know that. I don't know why I fucking know that. That came up one day. It was like the first ever selfie. I follow one of these pages as like random historical photos that you'll never ever see. It's quite fucking good, actually.